Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our day two of this special series of our daily lives. I called this Daily Lives to refocus on your business. And I know that for some of you, like we said yesterday, refocusing on your business is very, very far away. This is not something that you're able to think about right now. But this is an invitation, not necessarily to refocus, but at least to get ready to refocus. Would love to see who is on the live, or even if you're joining later on, to tell me who you are, where you're from, what is your business, and also remember that at the end of the live, I'm always going to keep a few minutes for Q&A for a special, if you have a specific question on your business, if you don't know what to do, something specific, then I'll be happy to answer any question you may have. So we'll keep some time, a few minutes before the end. Yesterday, I gave a long introduction on why I'm doing those lives. And I said also that those lives, I'm going to repeat it because I really want it to be clear for everyone, that those lives are of course in priority for the women entrepreneurs in Israel, because those are the people that have been touched the most, especially in the south and in the north, obviously, of the country, and everywhere else, in the country. But also for the women who are abroad, for the Jewish women entrepreneurs who are abroad. And someone said yesterday, oh, I missed the live, I want to be able to join the live, and it was at 10 a.m. It's not my time zone, someone from the US. And I want to repeat here that my choice of making those lives at 10 a.m. was to give support to women in Israel first, but that I know that you can come later whenever you wake up, whenever it's your time to wake up in your time zone, and that you can watch this live in the morning, in your morning, by just looking for the replay in the group. And if you can't find it, just let me know and I will put the link wherever you are. So yesterday we spoke about how to prioritize our time and our day. We said that we should look at our day as a project, like go day by day. That's what we do in times of crisis. We just put one foot in front of the other, one step after the other. Our brain is not really ready to project into the future, or to look at, long-term plan, even mid-term plans, especially since everybody is saying that this war might take a few months. So there is a new concept here in Israel, which is in Hebrew, shigrat milchama, right? War routine, which I smiled when I first heard that, because, you and I know as entrepreneurs that a routine is something that could be really, really helpful in our business and in our lives in general. And calling this a war routine is the first, on the one hand, it's reassuring because there's the word routine, and on the other hand, it's really scary because it's a war routine, right? And so what does it mean, a war routine? So it could be a little bit like, okay, what does it mean, for me to have a war routine? But I actually want to speak about that today in our daily live number 2. And so after you did, and again, if you haven't watched the daily live number 1, you may want to go back, because my lives are going to be structured in a way that, I'm building up each live on the next one, on the previous one. And again, I'm also going to remind everyone, like I said yesterday, that I may have some blanks when I speak. I'm sure it happens to you also, that you have a hard time concentrating or focusing on what you're saying. And so it happens to me too, that in the middle of a sentence, I'm like, I forgot what I was saying. So, and I'm not reading from a script, as you can see. So I don't have, I have notes. But if I just go blank, you'll have to excuse me, and we'll, just take it from there. So so yesterday was about prioritizing your time and looking at one day as a project. So we spoke about how, in order to be able to focus on your business, you had to make sure that everything else in your life was taken care of, but not the full extent of taking care of, just the little time that you can allocate. So for example, You're not going to solve your whole kids problem in one day, of course, or you're not going to solve or do all your volunteering in one day, but actually making space for your kids, making space for volunteering, making space for yourself. Today we're going to talk about that in more depth. But just like having everything on the list of your project of your day, but just in smaller scales, right? So it's about, if you're volunteering, deciding, how long you're going to volunteer today. We spoke about social media. If you're on social media, deciding how long you're going to be on social media. We spoke about how to, sorry about the dog, and nothing I can do about that. I hope it's not bothering you. We spoke about watching the news. So how long do you decide? So really like being very mindful of how you spend your time. This is what we said yesterday. I'm just reminding everyone that we said that, as you know, money is a resource that we can always have more of, but time is a resource that never comes back. And so today, if we can have control over one thing, it's over our time. How do we spend our time? This is how we get back into focus. So you might not be able to plan everything or to do everything you wanted to do, obviously. But you already starting to think about, wait, how am I spending my time? Is a question that's going to help you get back into some kind of routine. And then we spoke about having a minimum of time that you're spending on your business. And again, it could be half an hour, it could be an hour, whatever you feel like you're capable to do. And then in this hour, in this 2 hours, just having very specific tasks and really breaking down, not having a big project, like, thinking about my strategy. That's not going to work because just thinking is difficult. And strategy is asking you to think long term. But more like, what are the 5 things that I have to do in my business? And again, in one of the lives, we'll dive in. I want to take each of those and then dive in the business, exactly how to focus and how to prioritize. But today, what I want to focus on is myself, like self-care. How do I bring in that project, that long day project that every day I wake up, I'm like, okay, I have a project in front of me. I have a whole day. Maybe I have 12 hours, maybe I have 10 hours. Like, how do I divide? How do I micromanage? We're really going back to micromanaging every hour that we have in our day. And again, we can have taking care of our kids, we can have doing shopping, cooking, we can have taking a nap, we can have volunteering, helping, making phone calls, watching the news. Like, make a list of everything that you need to do every day. It could be cleaning, it could be putting things away, it could be anything that you have to do, and just organize it. And that is going to give you a feeling of control, a feeling of, okay, my day is not like this empty, void of time that I don't know what to do with myself. Because you are going to do those things at the end of the day. You are going to do the basic cleaning, you are going to do the basic cooking, you are going to take care of your kids. All this you're going to do. The difference is, do you come already prepared by saying from 8 to 9, that's what I do, from 9 to 10, that's what I do, from 10 to 11, that's what I do. And like, creating a structure in this world of chaos, in this world where there's so much uncertainty, is going to help you have a feeling of control. And also finding this 1 hour, it could be from 2 to 3, I work on my business. Even if you don't really know what you're going to work on, even if you don't have, like, it's not clear what are the tasks, it's just already carving out the time in your schedule, in your day, is going to help you. Now, one thing is important, and this is always the same thing with planning, is that you plan in the beginning. So ideally, either in the morning of or the night before. Sometimes I do it the night before I sit down, and I just have I block out times in my calendar. I say, tomorrow I'm going to work on this. I'm going to have time for this. I'm going to take care of this, and so everything has a block of time. And sometimes I do it in the morning, right? Sometimes in the evening, sometimes in the morning. Now, what's really important with that method of blocks of times and also of structuring your day is that you are sending out an intention and you are planning something for your day. But if something happens in the middle that changes your schedule, it's okay. So it's the structure, but it's not a prison. It's very important. The structure is helpful because it's giving you control back on your day and on your time and on your priorities, or giving you a feeling of control. But if something happens, like a phone call from a friend, or your kid is not feeling good, or all of a sudden you feel like you have to take a nap, so everything is, you can change it. Everything is flexible, right? But it's different, to move one block from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. You still have that thing that you have to do, rather than just going about your day and not really knowing what's going to come next, and just not being in a feeling of, okay, I know where I'm going, I know what I have to do, I know what my priority is. Now, some of you, maybe from your business, working with a project management tool. I know I work with Asana. There's Trello. There's Monday.com. There are many tools that help you manage your projects, and it might be difficult for you to go back to some of those tools for a while. I know for me right now, what works for me is just my notes on my computer or my phone. And I just make a list of, okay, this is what I have to do today, whether it's in my business, whether it's for my house, whether it's for my friends, my kids, my personal errands. And it helps me focus every day. So what we're doing here is that we're practicing the muscle of focusing, right? It's like, okay, everything is a blur, right? Going from everything is chaos, everything is a blur, to I'm focusing. So I'm making a list. Now, I want to dive in, because this is a lot of things that we said yesterday, but it's important to repeat it. But I want to dive in more into the self care. And I want to talk about the importance of feeling good and what it does to your body, to your mind, and also to your surroundings. So it's very difficult to prioritize feeling good in those times, because so many people are not feeling good and have good reasons for not feeling good, and our heart goes out to them, and we have this knot in our stomach, we have this heaviness on our heart, we have those pictures, and we hear those stories, and maybe some people close to us are going through this, and so it's very, very hard to talk about even feeling good. But I want to give you another perspective, where it is going to help you slowly but surely, going towards that. And that perspective is, I'm taking this from the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a principle that says that what is alike attracts each other, right? So if you are feeling good, then you're going to attract good things. If you're feeling bad, then you're going to attract bad things. Now, it may seem very simple at first, but when you dive in the principles of the law of attraction, you realize that this is like a universe law, just like the law of gravity, right? That when you drop something, it's going to fall, right? There's no, it's like almost a physical law that happens. And what is going on right now beyond the war, the physical war that's happening at our borders, is also a psychological war. And I'm sure that you've heard a lot of people talk about that. And this psychological war is here to destroy not only our body, or take, our country, or hurt us physically, but it's also here to destroy our spirit. And that is something that we can fight against. I mean, I myself, I don't know about you, but I cannot take a gun and go, defend my border. I'm not a soldier. I'm not trained for that. I don't know how to do that. I can't even. I know my daughter is medical school student, and so she's in the hospital helping people that are sick and injured. I don't have that training. I cannot do that. There are so many things that I cannot do. It's very frustrating. I'm sure you feel that too. There's one thing I can do, is I can take care of my spirit. And it's very hard. I'm not saying that's easy, and it's very hard for me, and I'm fighting this every day. But I think that this is where there's a win-win happening. And the win-win is that if we do look at our, work on our spirit, and not like, okay, everything's great and we're fun and, happily ever after and nothing happened. No, not that. We can't do that. But yes, trying to find every moment of the day to live in the present and to connect to what is, yes, working. And I know it sounds cliche, But this is where we start, like baby steps, to go back to take control over our lives, over our spirit, over our thoughts, over our emotions. And it's really the living in the present and the feeling good, not feeling good, I'm going to go to the beach, but feeling good like, okay, I'm going to eat something that's good for me. I'm going to sleep because I need it. I'm going to rest because it's important for me. I'm going to spend time with my family because it's important for me. And trying to move away little by little from the guilt of doing something else than taking care of the war. Now, all these, what we're talking about now is really to help us focus on our business. We're going to get there slowly but surely, right? We're doing daily lives, but we're not going to go straight to what is your marketing campaign? What is your financial projections? What is your strategy for the next 3 months? We have to rebuild essential steps inside of ourselves to relearn how to do the basic things that we were doing naturally before. And today we have to slowly but surely have self compassion and also realize that taking care of our spirit is the only thing that we can do, unless we can volunteer or help or fight at the border or help in hospitals or cook for soldiers. Of course, we said that those are times that if you can help, you are going to put in your schedule, in your day, the times that you can do that. 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you decide. Again, there's no limit, but it's just the action of deciding. But there's also a time that we're going to take care of ourselves. And by taking care of ourselves, we're not being selfish. We're not saying it's like nothing happened. We're not burying our head in the sand. We're not, without any empathy or feelings. By taking care of ourselves, we are taking care of the only thing that we can really take care of. And again, but I say by taking care of yourself, it could be having your nails done, no guilty feelings around that. It could be going to the hairdresser, not because it's a light day and you want to pamper yourself, but because by taking care of yourself, you are being in control of what you're feeling, your emotions, and by feeling those emotions, by trying to compensate a little bit. Again, it's going to be a long road until we can really compensate all the negative emotions that we are feeling, but we need to start getting back on what can I do now? What can I do now to make me feel good? And again, it's simple things. It could be I need to clean my house, I'll feel good. I need to eat a healthy meal, I'll feel good. I need to exercise, I'll feel good. I need to be with a friend, have coffee with a friend. That's also feel good. We need to have this to go back to that basic reflex of what do I do to make myself feel good in a time that's the only thing that I can have control of after I've taken care of things like, again, your kids, volunteering, your house, your friends, your loved ones, your family. And when I said after, I don't mean to do all this first and then to take care of you. I mean, when you do your schedule, make sure that you include some time. It could be half an hour, it could be an hour, where you do something that makes you feel good. And then once you'll have that day that is planned ahead for you, where everything that is under your responsibility, that you can have a control over, is done, then we can talk about having that 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to work on your business. And then we'll talk also about what to do inside the business, what to prioritize. Right now, what I'm doing is in those daily lives is I'm setting up the stage for you to be able to focus, right? So everything else has to work around you so that you are available to be able to focus on your business. So yesterday we spoke about how to prioritize your time and how to look at your full day as a project. And today we did a deep dive into the self-care, into taking care of yourself, and to how to restart to feel like feeling good is important. Taking care of yourself is important. Doing like whatever you were doing before the war, starting to do it again, whether it's exercising, eating healthy, sleeping, taking care of your body, having your nails done, going to the hairdresser, having time with a friend. All of these things, even if they don't sound like it, I often say to my clients, self-care is a business task. It's not another thing that you have to do. it's part of what is going to make your business successful. And so it's very true today. Um, by taking care of yourself, you're making yourself available and ready to take care of the people that you love, to take care of your business, to take care of your financial future. And we'll speak about that. We'll speak about the business, we'll speak about the financial. But right now, I'm building up first to make room for this to be possible. If you have any questions, specific questions on your business, whether it's marketing or promotion or finances or clients or whatever it is, you can type them in the chat, in the comment, and if you tag me, I will come back and I will answer your questions. And we will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Israel time for another live, where we'll continue to build slowly but surely that space for you to be able to refocus on your business. Until then, I wish you a good day, as much as it's possible, and stay safe. See you tomorrow.